let's start with a little bit of the year-end recap. How about that? Let's start with a little bit of the year-end recap, because I think we've got time. I was going to do about 20 minutes, but I think we've got, all the important people here. Farmer will miss it. It was a little bit unfortunate, this whole year-end recap. But you know what? Let's go through the year. 2021. Let's start with this one. This will take you all back. This is kind of where it all started. Actually, I started in 2020. For those that actually kind of followed me from before, we did a whole bunch of esports. My esports got shut down about 4 years ago, and I was kind of floating in space, trying to find out what's next. What am I going to do next? I did a whole bunch of coaching professionally, got paid to do that. I was doing commentary, casting. I thought, what's next for us? Our game is dead. We gotta find something else. And I found Catan. I love board games, and the only reason I wanted to do it was because I didn't care about the money anymore. I didn't care about, building a big following or anything. I was just like, I like board games. I like Catan. Let's see what we can do here. And we started the year off just doing Catan championships. I don't know if everybody remembered Catan championships, but that's where we started. And we started in the study. We spent so much time in the study. And it was really chill. It was so enjoyable to do all the Catan Champs tournaments. Catan Champs has been awesome and is still awesome to this day. They've got one of the best leagues. But back then they were doing a bunch of cast tournaments, and I was helping out with that. Super generous there too, and the play was very good. You can still find a bunch of those games on my YouTube channel, which was the whole reason. That was the whole reason why I kind of built this whole thing was, hey, I want to get into the YouTube space and try to build that channel. At first it was to learn all the YouTube skills, how to make thumbnails, how to edit videos, how to build a following up to 1,000 followers and that kind of thing. Of course, buying a house kind of got in the way of that, and I stopped making content for a bit. But Catan Champs, big shout out to Catan Champs, because without those weekly tournaments, I don't know if I would have gotten as into it. And then of course afterwards we hung out a little bit more, and we found Catan Community. And Catan Community, I wonder if I have their logo in here. Nope, that's TSS. I don't know. I have a bunch of their logos in here somewhere. But we found Catan Community. Actually, I do know. I have the giveaways. At Catan Community giveaways, something like this. Nope, that wasn't the one. Oh, I had all these lined up for you too. Unfortunately, oh, there it is. There it is. We ended up doing a bunch of giveaways for Catan Community. And we kind of helped pushed casting, giveaways, tournament hype, and we pushed that out there. Catan Community, super friendly. They were always good to me. I know they've gone through a bit of a restructuring in their whole Discord, but Catan Community was, one of the second ones to really bring me in. Big shout out to Catan Community. Again, you can find lots of their games, and they've got the most variety of tournaments, I think, because they try everything from 1v1s, 2v2s. They have all kinds of special events, cash, free tournaments, and then a whole bunch of other special map ones too. So really, really fun stuff. Now I'm going to take you way back because I think you saw one of those logos. Actually, this one probably brings you back a little bit more, because we did this one for the official Colonist Seafarers tournament. Yeah, that was $1,000 tournament for the official release of Seafarers. Pretty wild. $1,000 for Seafarers. And that was closer to the beginning of the year, the first half of the year too. And I was looking back and I thought, wow, that was a big deal, $1,000 for this online tournament. That was fun. That was really fun. And that's where we went below deck too. That's where we went below deck and we casted, and we kind of had a little bit of a different vibe there. But that's three already. Catan Champs, Catan Community. We did the official Colonist tournament. I've casted with a lot of people. And there's lots of people that are absolutely free to come on and hop on and cast anytime. I think I've always had an open mic policy. We've had tons of people. That's how I met Juicy J, and that's how he got into TSS. Speaking of TSS, that'll come up a little bit later. But there's actually a few other ones. I don't know if anybody remembers these ones. At the beginning of the year, we actually started off with a big charity event. And I think that was around January or February. And we raised about $150 for my local SPCA, which is a animal shelter, animal rescue. That's where we got Max from. And that was our first big little tournament. And that's, again, shout out to Catan Champs for helping me out with that one. So we've already done some charity at the beginning of the year, and I thought, wow, that's pretty sweet. We can host these little tournaments and help out the SPCA, which, by the way, still needs so much help. And so every year I still try to give a little bit when I can. So we did some of that, and then we did another kind of charity tournament, a little bit of a trigger warning. This is the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. But we did another tournament for them, and I think they raised something like $400 or $500. And so we did another charity event for them. So now we're up to what? We're up to 5 different events, all within the first half of the year. And 2 of them being charity, raising over $500 plus. So I think we started off the year pretty good. I really can't complain anymore. And as things, you can kind of see the evolution. We've been going through. I had a lot of fun making all these backgrounds, all these assets and things, and you kind of think about the work that goes into them. But all of that was learning for me and really just enjoying it as we went through. Now, what else was there? I don't think people remember a lot of these, but there was also... Where was that one? There's also World of Colonist. I don't know if anyone remembers that one, WOC. There was actually a poster for that one. World of Colonist, I was part of that one. I was like one of the first ones that they tapped to do some casting for them. They made promo posters and everything. They had a pretty fun tournament. I think they were most well known for some of their fast tournaments, or very fast ones there too. So World of Colonists, they ran some really good tournaments, and then of course life kind of got in the way for some of the organizers, and they quietly exited the scene, but they were a great presence there too. So shout out to them. And then I don't know if you remember the other logo that just flashed there, the little green background. That was actually, I can bring that one back up. That was actually Catan Cup. Oh, no, not that one. There's the other one. Oh, I do have the World of Colonist logo. There it is. Yes. We have the World of Colonist logo. And then we do have the Catan Cup. Catan Cup was another promotion that we did. Yeah, Shinuslav's been in like every single one of these. Shin knows all of these. But I casted for them too. So now we've casted, I don't know, something like 8 different tournaments now. So now we've got Catan Cup as well, and they ran some tournaments, and we helped out with a couple of those, casting a few of those, spreading the word out. I never discriminated. I wanted to help out all the tournaments. I wanted to help grow everything, and see where everything went. And I think we brought a different kind of commentary. A lot of the commentary that was already in the space when I came in, it was very much analytical. It was that strategic. It was mostly that, deep strategic kind of analysis. And I brought in with me from the esports world a little bit more of that play-by-play, a little bit more of that hype, the excitement, while still kind of giving some pointers on the color and the strategy. And eventually what all that led up into, I think you guys will know this one. was being part of the TSS. Shout out DJ Shin, Vamos, Aika, Loaf, Austin, Catan Champs, all 16 players, subs, and all the viewers. Like, there are so many people involved in the TSS. That was something, right? That was something that we built. That was something that we heavily influenced. Something that we really pushed the way that Catan tournaments could have been done. And I'd like to think that I had a big part in shaping the tournament itself, but also shaping the way that we produced and delivered the Settler Series tournament. I worked a lot behind the scenes with DJ and the crew to make sure that it looked a certain way, that the casting was done a certain way, and that week after week we gave some feedback on the way that, you know, the play-by-play caster would cast, and how to set up the color commentary, and how to really create a good show, and the flow of the show and everything. And I think TSS was a hit. I think TSS was amazing. So yeah, really proud of the TSS crew. Shout out TSS crew. Who haven't I talked about? I haven't talked about KOC, King of Catan. I also casted for them too. Who haven't I casted for, right? I casted for KOC as well. We've done some of their semifinals, finals. I think I've done some regular league matches for them too. King of Catan, one of the original big communities out there, still doing it, you know. KOC is obviously still out there. They're still running some tournaments too. You know, they have offered time and a whole bunch of times to have me come over and cast, and, you know, if I had more time, I probably would help them out too. So KOC was the other one. Oh, so much. And you know what? There's actually one more thing I want you to guys watch, because I watched this just this morning, and I got a little bit emotional watching this one.
Hello. Welcome to this.io, an online alternative to Settlers of Catan. The objective of the game is to reach 10 victory points before the other players. Points may be gained through building settlements, upgrading to cities, buying development cards, or achieving the longest road or largest army. In order to build and achieve these things, you'll need some resources. At the start of the game, each player places 2 settlements and 2 roads. Settlements may be placed at the intersections of the tiles, like these highlighted spots, and they cannot be placed next to any other settlement. As you can see, there are different resource tiles and numbers on them. When the game starts, each player receives the resources that their second settlement was placed on as a starting hand. These can be wood, brick, sheep, wheat, or ore. During the game, each player begins their turn by rolling the dice. Regardless of who rolls the dice, if you have a city or settlement touching the tile with the matching number that was rolled, you collect resources from the bank. However, if a 7 is rolled, no one gets resources, since there's no tile with the number 7 on it. Instead, each player will check their hands to see if they have 7 or fewer resources in their hands. If they have 8 or more, they'll have to discard half of them back to the bank. The player who rolls a 7 will then need to move the robber to another tile, and is able to steal one random resource from one of the players with a settlement or city attached to that tile. That tile that has the robber won't produce any resources until the robber's moved again. If you were lucky enough to escape the robber and keep your resources, on your turn you may now choose to build roads, settlements, upgrade your settlements to cities, buy development cards, play a development card, or trade with other players, in any order you prefer. Colonist.io helps you remember each building cost, as they are shown while hovering over each of the options at the bottom of the screen. Roads help you expand to new places to build settlements and require 1 wood and 1 brick. These are placed on the edges of the tiles and must be connected to your own existing pieces. Settlements must be built away from other settlements and must be connected by your own roads. They require 1 wood, brick, sheep, and wheat. Cities will replace one of your existing settlements and are now worth 2 victory points, as well as producing 2 resources whenever its numbers are rolled. These can be built with 2 wheat and 3 ore. Development cards have a variety of surprises and uses. You may buy as many development cards on your turn as you like, but they cannot be used until your next turn. In addition, you may only play 1 development card per turn. Buying a development card is possible for a sheep, wheat, and ore. Let's take a closer look at the different development cards. Knights allow you to move the robber and steal 1 resource. Year of Plenty gives any 2 resources of your choice. Road Building lets you build 2 free roads. Monopoly allows you to collect all of one single type of resource from the other players. Victory Point cards give you 1 victory point. It remains hidden and does not need to be revealed or played to count toward a player's total score. During each player's turn, they may find themselves with resources that don't combine to build anything. Fortunately, they may try to trade with other players by proposing any combination of their own resources for any other combination of resources that the other players may have. If all else fails, you can always give the bank 4 of the same resources for any other single resource of your choice. You can improve trading with the bank by building a settlement on a port. There are ports that improve your bank trade rate from 4 to 1 down to 3 to 1, or even 2 to 1 of a specific type of resource. This wood port, for example, will let players trade just 2 wood in for 1 of anything. Keep in mind, whoever gets to 10 victory points first wins the game. Each settlement is worth 1 point. Each city is worth 2 points, and each development card with a victory point counts for 1 point as well. There are also 2 special achievements within the game that earn 2 victory points when the player holds the achievement over other players. The longest road is achieved when a player builds 5 consecutive roads. They receive 2 victory points until another player builds an even longer road of 6 or more. Similarly, the largest army is achieved when a player has played 3 knights. They receive 2 victory points until another player plays more knights and takes the 2 victory points for themselves. Both the longest road and largest army may change owners multiple times within a single game. If a player doesn't have enough points to win on their turn, can't build anything else, and has done everything that they can or wanted to do, they'll have to end their turn and wait until the next one. Before you start rolling the dice, let's take a quick look at the information on the right side of the screen. Here you'll find the bank with the 5 different resource card stacks, and a stack of development cards. Underneath, you'll see each player's total resource cards, development cards, victory points, knights played, and longest current road. These will be highlighted when a player currently holds the longest road or largest army. In the top left corner, you'll find the game settings buttons and a link to join the rapidly growing Discord community of casual and competitive Colonist players. On the official Colonist.io Discord server, you'll find ways to connect with other players and the Colonist staff, the latest announcements, tournament signups, and much more. Now that you know how to play Colonist, try a practice game with bots, create a custom game to play with your friends, or join any public multiplayer game and start robbing other people. Thanks for watching, good luck, and have fun.
Yeah, super proud of that video. We worked with Colonist for that one. A ton of fun. I learned a lot in the process. We actually could have gone on to do the seafarers. We could have done the cities and knights one, but again, with the house move and everything, I took a big break from content creation in the summer into the fall because, yeah, life was moving. So I had a ton of fun. Shout out to Colonist. They've been nothing but great to work with. Especially Juan. Shout out to Juan. I haven't seen Juan in a while, but you know, he's always been really good to work with. And that brings us to present day. We did so much, you know, we did the tutorial, we did all this content, the YouTube channel is all up there. And now we're here. RHBF CTE, the culmination of 2021. Yeah, we did so much this year. I think we've made our mark on the community. You know, we've changed the way people cast. Shout out to Epic Pen. You see a whole bunch of Epic Pens out there. I feel like I should have made royalties off of that thing at the rate that I was recommending that to everybody. Everybody's using an Epic Pen, which is great. I think it adds a lot to the Catan commentary. And speaking of which, Farber's here. Let's do the semifinals. We've had a fantastic year. Let's finish the year off with our semifinals and our finals. Ivy, let me know when you guys have started. I'm ready to go. Let's do this thing. 2021 has been great. So good.